Hello and welcome to another video on the JJ Think Tank. This video will be more serious in nature. So if you watched my previous video about Jack Venom, obviously I was being humorous, slightly sarcastic, yes, about the story, during the story, yes. But I created it because it offers a template to discuss other ideas, yes? And the first offshoot of this video is this one, yes? And I called my title, "We are living in an estrogenic environment. Therefore, inner pharmo-chemical engineering must take place." Now, what do I mean by this? Well, from my experience, observing my process over many years, how I've changed over the years, and also analysing the events taking place around me in my environment, observing other men, yes, I noticed that there is definitely a process taking place, a chemical process, physiological chemical process, that is causing men to become more and more feminized. And the source of this femininity, this rise in femininity in men, is due to the compounds that they ingest, yes? The various chemical compounds found in the food, found in the childhood stabbies that we get, yes, as children, found in various antibiotics, yes, that you might take when you are ill, various chemicals found in the water supply, yes. So if you do not drink filtered spring water, fresh spring water, any spring water found in the shop, yes, this also has an effect. And cumulatively, when we add all of these factors together, they create a process in the body where the levels of testosterone and other important hormones fall. And because they fall, yes, various markers, biological markers that measure testosterone levels, DHT levels, other vitamin levels, vitamin D3 levels, zinc levels, etc. They have an impact, yes, on our well-being, on how we feel, and the emotions that result from this, if we feel more fear or more courage. And therefore, in order to counteract the negative process of estrogenic activity found in our environment, we need to fight back, yes, using various strategies. Now, at this moment in time in my video, I'd like to mention a man called Brian Johnson, yes? So I don't know if you know of him. Perhaps you do. Brian Johnson. So he is an American entrepreneur and venture capitalist, and he goes to extreme lengths, yes, to extend his life, to boost his biological markers. He takes thousands of supplements to achieve these results. And even then, he writes on Twitter. I remember he posted a tweet not long ago talking about how he's still depressed. And this made me think, that yes, on one level, we need to take chemistry seriously, matter, because we are made of matter, yes, whether we like to admit it or not. We are made of matter, yes, of carbon, various forms of carbon, etc., our bones, our skin. So we need to take matter seriously, yes, chemistry seriously, pharmacology seriously, physiology, etc. So therefore we need to have, the right diet, take some supplements that improve our well-being. But then when we go too far, when we care so much about what we ingest and all these health markers, yes, we lose sight really of what is important in life, yes. On the one hand, yes, we want to live longer, but do we want to live forever? Brian Johnson says he doesn't want to die, yes. For me, this comes from a pathological, theological worldview. And personally, I equate this to the Anglo-Saxon world. Something went wrong with their theology, and that's why this man, Brian Johnson, that's why he wants to live forever, yes? That's his view, if he wants to live forever on this planet. Fair enough. Personally, I believe we have a soul, we have a spirit, and therefore there's no point being too obsessed about our health markers, about the supplements we take, etc. Of course, I'm not putting all Americans into one basket, all English people, Anglo-Saxons into one basket. He's kind of just a culmination of this process, yes? And the same goes for Clevver. So he also is this looksmaxxing guy. He's young. He's much younger than Brian Johnson. But he's obsessed about how he looks. He takes loads of drugs and so forth. Yes, he's been speaks out after being hospitalized for overdose. Yes, so obviously he's going to extreme lengths, and it's causing negative repercussions for him. Yes. So we need to be balanced about this. Yes, we want to improve our health, we want to live longer, but then we need to remember that we have a soul, we have a spirit, and ultimately, no matter how much we try to pharmo-chemically engineer, yes, ourselves, ultimately we are not in control. There is a God, he operates on a level above matter, yes, and therefore we need to learn to surrender. Of course, this is difficult, but it's a process, yes? So now I'd like to read some sections from my article. And as I wrote down here initially, on a daily basis we are bombarded with a variety of chemicals that ultimately are estrogenic in their activity, meaning that as men, we are becoming more and more feminized. There are many ways to counter this, the main one being to reduce our exposure to these chemicals and to supplement with the right chemical structures that counteract estrogenic activity. And here I have some knowledge about this. Biohacking, it's called biohacking, because as a child growing up, as a teenager, I studied a lot of chemistry with my father for many years. After this, I enrolled on a pharmacy degree. Ultimately, I quit because, firstly, my mental health was shocking, and secondly, looking back in hindsight, I didn't want to be a part of the pharmaceutical industry really, because at this moment in time, the pharmaceutical industry, they are pushing dangerous drugs, dangerous chemical substances that do not help us, that do not help the average individual who takes them in order to fight depression, etc. For example, Prozac, all these other drugs. And therefore, looking back, I don't regret quitting. My love affair, we could say, yes, my love affair with chemistry came to an end. But I still have this interest, I guess, in supplements, yes, taking right supplements, certain herbs, etc., yes, that help. And I want to cover the supplements in another video, because I think it will be too much for today. Here I just want to present to you a general scheme. Scheme of ideas, I guess, about fighting, yes, the negative effects of the estrogenic environment. So, as I said a few times already, we need to be serious about this and find ways to counteract this negative estrogenic activity. Because ultimately, as a man, do you want to feel more masculine or more feminine? Obviously, we want to feel more masculine, yes? Because over time, all these processes, they accumulate and have a negative impact on your body. So now I'll provide some solutions. In the next video, I'll offer more. But for example, yes, avoiding tap water. So the tap water in our city supplies, yes, in the tap water that we find in our homes. These are this water is very toxic. It contains a lot of estrogenic causing compounds that cause this process to occur, this estrogenic activity. So therefore, your best option is to simply buy spring water from the shop. So this is what I've been doing for a while now. Before that, I filtered my water, so I filtered tap water using filters. But looking back now, I don't think the water was still as clean as it should have been. So now I just buy spring water and I filter it through the same system. Now, when it comes to plastic, in our body we have a lot of microplastics, and a lot of research is coming out that is showing how we have a lot of microplastics in our bodies and in our brains, yes? And when these accumulate in the brain, they cause negative thought patterns. They cause a decrease in well-being. And so we need to counteract this as well. So there are certain foods that flush out estrogenic compounds, such as broccoli and cruciferous vegetables. But the main way to counteract this is through going to the sauna. Now, the sauna, I have to say, it not changed my life, but I really have noticed a big improvement in my mental health since I've been going to the sauna. And this also is backed up by evidence. Research has shown that going to the sauna reduces the amount of microplastics in your body because you sweat out all these these bad toxic compounds. So this is something that I would highly recommend all men to do. Yes, obviously women as well, but here, because I'm a man, I'm talking to men mainly. When you sweat a lot, all these toxic compounds, these microplastics, they exit your body through the skin. Now, with regard to testosterone, yes, so we want to boost our levels of testosterone. And certain supplements work, such as zinc, magnesium, vitamin D3, krill oil, and creatine. I've changed my mind about krill oil and fish oils, so I don't take fish oils anymore because after some research that I did, I came to the conclusion that they are toxic in nature. So they oxidize when the fish oil is produced. When these capsules are produced, the oil actually becomes oxidized, and because it's oxidized, when we ingest it, it causes inflammation in our body. So therefore, I stopped taking fish oils, and instead I just eat fish, regular fish, so mackerel and sardines. Yes. So this is an alternative way to boost your omega-3 profile. But then, as I alluded to earlier, you can fall into a trap of buying too many supplements. If you are really wealthy, then of course you don't need to worry. But if you have less money, if you are working class, if you are middle class, then you don't have the luxury, yes, to buy all these supplements. So therefore you have to be selective, yes. And in the next video, I'll discuss this, yes, talk more about supplements, which supplements perhaps we should prioritize, which ones we shouldn't. With regards to diet, so ideally we should be eating organic meat and dairy, but this is not really an option for many of us. Again, this is to buy proper meat and raw dairy. It's expensive. So for working class and middle class individuals, this is not really an option because it's quite expensive. But even then, eating regular meat, it's okay, as long as you don't eat too much of it and you listen to your body, and should be fine, really. And yes, finally, the most important thing is regular exercise, yes, because exercise boosts our testosterone. Personally, I go to the gym for 3 times a week. I don't go more than that anymore because I'm older now. I'm 31 years old, and I kind of feel it in my body. And I came to the conclusion that there's no point going more than 3 times a week, because when you do three full body workouts a week and you push your body properly during these sessions, it's enough, really. Perhaps if you are younger, if you the viewer, if you're younger, if you're 20, 22, 25, then yes, of course, you've got more energy. You can afford to go for 5 times a week. But I mean, many years ago, I used to go quite often, even 5 times a week, 4 times a week, when I first started going to the gym properly. Maybe in 2020, I remember. This is when I properly committed to the gym. And I wanted to improve my testosterone levels. I wanted to improve the state of my body, to feel stronger. Because after all, if we have a strong body, we have a stronger mind. Yes. And yes, I went 5 times a week. But now I only like going 3 times a week, because the gym is like a factory, isn't it? It's like this mechanical process, right? And that's why I get put off. I only like going 3 times a week. And I find other ways to do exercise, like I walk with my dog. I take walks with my dog, regular walks during the day. And this is just another way for me to get exercise. And finally, yes, of course, we need time to sleep properly. So this is obvious. I won't go into more detail about this. And yeah, this is the end of this video, really. As I said before, I'll create another one dedicated to supplements and which supplements we should perhaps focus on more. But yes, that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. This will help me grow the channel and spread more valuable information for everyone out there. So thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.